another Ross Reviews, where today we are in something insanely special. This is a 2006 Toll Dealer Team HSV Club Sport, and one of 50 LS2 up front, 6-speed manual, rear wheel drive. Oh yeah. Now this special edition VZ was basically a celebration for the Toll Dealer Team winning the V8 Supercar Championship. And mate, the colors, you got that orange stripe down the sides, all blacked out. This is a good looking car, and it wasn't just visual upgrades this special edition got, because we did get a host of much better internals. Now under the bonnet, this is still got the same legendary naturally aspirated LS2 V8. 297 kilowatts, 530 Newton meters, and mate, this thing goes like a bat out of hell. Now some of the upgrades this special edition VZ did get was the gearbox. These were only available in a 6-speed manual, amazing, and this is not the T56. This is an M12, so we did get upgraded gear ratios, and then it is a bit of a shorter throw as well, which is really nice. Constant ratio steering rack here, so the dampers have also been upgraded, and it just gives you more feel. It's still got a little bit of movement when you're turning this car, but it does feel really well planted. You gotta love the sound of a good V8, and man, this particular one, oh, it is good. And this is not standard, so this particular one has been tastefully modified, as you do with any of these naturally aspirated V8s. This particular one is running a full exhaust, so it's twin 2.5-inch system to Filippo. We've got a cold air intake, big lumpy cam, and this is all being tuned now to 440 rear wheel horsepower at about 670 Newton meters. So this is a healthy amount. Oh yeah, it sounds good. And just personally, the VZ, it's my absolute favorite. I said this on countless videos, if I was ever to have one HSV, it's gonna be the VZ. Just the looks of this car, I just think they nailed it. And next to my Typhoon, just the best of both worlds. And I always say, the Holden versus Ford war, mate, if you don't got both, then you're just losing. So you gotta have one of each. And this VZ, man, it is just about as good as it gets. Now this did also come with different 18-inch wheels from factory. They were actually VY R8 wheels that were just done in this kind of shadow chrome color. This particular one, we do have the 20-inch HDT reps on here, and I don't know, I gotta say, these really suit the car. I like them a lot, and 20s on a backcountry road, some people might whinge at, but man, this thing is driving really sweet today. And just coming around some corners, it handles itself well. And hey, that noise, shifting your own cogs in a V8, mate, oh, it is good. And look, you still get the smallest amount of body lean in this car. It's a 1.7 ton vehicle. Ooh, but when you chase redline, mate, it does not feel that heavy. And for a big car, this really does handle itself properly well. And just getting onto her again. 440 rear wheel horsepower. Oh yeah, this thing is good. And this is what you gotta love about these Aussie cars, is that, they're just big sedans, locally made here, and they can just put this kind of a smile on your face, still look nearly 20 years later. And it's just, You can't replicate these anymore. And this is just how you do a V8. You know, it's got to be done in a 6-speed manual, so you can just do that right there. And I'll tell you what, you know, anytime a manufacturer does a car exclusively as a 6-speed manual, it is almost always a banger because, man, and this thing actually demands quite a bit of, you know, strength, and, you know, you gotta manhandle this a little bit. You know, the clutch is a little bit stiff. You really gotta know where you are in this gearbox as well and push it in, but it's enjoyable that way. You know, it really does take skill to drive this car fast, and just shifting gears in this thing, it really makes you feel like you're doing something. And in the modern age with all these dual clutches and stuff, you know, 0 to 100 in 3 seconds, I don't really care about any of that because this is just such a good platform. And yeah, the feeling of in a V8 with a manual does not get better than this. Now price, well look, back in the day, 2006, a regular HSV Club Sport, it's gonna set you back around that 71 grand. These, I believe, had about a $5,000 or $6,000 premium on them. And for a 1 of 50 special edition car, mate, I think you would have had rocks in your head not to get this, especially with the little upgrades this thing did get, especially internally with like the better gearbox, dampers, steering rack. It's just makes no sense not to get this. On the used market, look, a Toll Dealer Team special edition like this, there's literally just one for sale. It's got 200,000+ Ks on it. I think it's about 70 grand. You know, really does depend on condition, Ks with these cars. Your average VZ, it's gonna be around that $40,000 to $80,000 mark. And you know, these being a special edition, 1 of 50, the price tag is definitely gonna be on that high point. Oh man! This thing is even chirping the tires in second there, and mate, what a machine. You know, the VZ, it's just the best. It really is. In my mind, the VZ is just the sweet spot of that time period in the mid-2000s, and similar to my BF F6 Typhoon. You know, these two cars, FPV, HSV, they're just the best. The looks of these things, the way these things drive. And just sitting inside this car, look, it didn't get leather like you would have got in an R8 VZ. Reason for that was, you know, look, this really was meant to be a little bit more of a track-focused special edition, so you do save a bit of weight, cloth seats, or so that's what they say. Here in Australia, it's not that bad actually to have cloth seats because, yeah, you leave your car out all day. It's much cooler to get in on these cloth seats, but they do look nice. You know, they still got some support in them, which is nice. Biggest negative in this car is definitely just the center stack here with the radio. It's ugly. It didn't really make it look all that pretty. You know, you do get your gauges up here, your oil pressure and your battery voltage, which is nice, but it is basic in here. Now, 0 to 100, guys, look, I don't know what this car is going to get. You know, it's manual, let's remember, and we're just going to try our luck. So we're just resetting the draggy here. Got her in first. Go, go, go. That actually felt pretty strong for, you know, my first attempt here, and mate, I don't think I'll be getting much better than that. Let's have a look at what that time was. 0 to 100, guys, was done in 6.2 seconds. And for my first time launching this thing, you know, we're on street tires here on a backcountry road. Man, I am pretty happy with that. These VZs from standard, you know, they should put something like 5.4 down. You know, look, if we were on the drag strip and we had a bunch of attempts, there's two people in the back as well, let's remember. I think this could definitely get around that 5.2, 5-second range. So I'm gonna finish the video off here today, guys. So a massive, massive thank you to the owner for bringing down his Toll Dealer Team VZ for us. This thing, to see it in person, just wow. So I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. If so, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you're new here. We'll see you on that next video.